So what's good, YouTube? Currently I'm at work, but I wanted to make a video because I just bought the new RR6 tune update for my Q50 to have the new features, and I'm going to discuss what new features are in that tune today. We also got the TCM update also, but I'm more focused on the RR6 by Racerom because that's just changing the whole game, I guess, for the VR30 community. So without further ado, let's go over some of the features and why I chose it for my build. I chose it for my build because, long story short, I bought the car already modded, and there was a couple mods that I recently added to the car. So I'm taking advantage of this to kind of re-update everything, re-datalog the car, redial it in, that kind of stuff, so it runs better pretty much. But we're gonna go over the features, starting with custom sensor input definition. I guess it's for your updated inputs like fuel pressure, coolant pressure, and flex fuel. I'm not really too into what this stuff really is, but I know tuners are gonna have a field day with this and making some really fast VR30s. Another one is sensor health monitoring. I guess it'll define your minimum and maximum voltage to detect failed sensors and set default values and adjust filtering. I guess that's going to be pretty cool too. Some of you guys might know about this stuff more than I do. Next up is limp mode and safety trips, like for your high-low fuel trims, AFRs, coolant pressure, oil temp, your oil pressure. I think the solenoid that can go bad, which was also why I bought this too, and your low fuel pressure. So I guess you'll be able to have maps for that to have that implemented apparently. Let's see. Boost control upgrades. You'll have separate high low altitude wastegate maps, integral only activation, reduced duty or revised duty multiplier, and single boost limit hysteresis. Not really sure what that is, but there you go. We're gonna have launch control and BLTL enhancements like launch RPM overshoot, throttle correction, fuel correction, cylinder cut, revised retard maps, per gear rev limits, and single hysteresis value. So that's going to be good for drag racing, which is what I got my car for. That's going to be big for me, especially to set a custom RPM to launch at, and see what we could do on the stock turbo before we upgrade those things. Tuned by Alex at Racebox, so I told him with this new tune basically to send that shit, because I really want to see what this thing can do, since it's all-wheel drive also. Another thing is flex fuel improvements, predefined ethanol override per map switch mode, sensor smoothing, and fuel injection time correction for pressure and temperature. So that's a good one too, especially if you're running full ethanol like me. That'll help a lot too. Let's see what else. It says per gear boost and fuel enrichment, which is probably boost by gear if I'm guessing. Independent tuning per gear, so that's probably what it is, boost per gear, which is really good for any car that has boost, especially turbos. That helps a lot too. Speed density and launch control, that's going to be good for the blow off valve guys, and if you want to run like long tube intakes or velocity stacks, that helps a lot too. So that way you can finally be able to get more airflow and not skew off the MAF readings, and drivability will be a lot better too. So you can have a race car and a daily in one, so that really helps. They're going to have valet mode, which is cool. I don't really care too much for it because I'm really the only one that drives my car, but if you got somebody like your brother or cousin or something driving the car, I guess that's cool. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else we got here. Googling it on the computer. There's a lot of stuff that this has. Also has burbles that you could turn on and off via the Ecutek app, which is cool. I think it sounds good on turbocharged cars. And it also has the DSG, I think it is, shifting. You know, it'll sound like a 8 HP, you know, the ZF8 whatever, when it shifts, like the German cars, which sounds good in my opinion. So it's gonna be happening on the VR30 if you got this update. I'm gonna definitely enable that just for sound purpose, I guess, because the way the BMWs sound, the B58s with that, just sounds aggressive when it's shifting, almost like a DCT snap in a way. And then you also have, oh yeah, so if you guys bought the block offs for your oil pressure solenoid, this really won't apply to you, but the new tune does, like I mentioned earlier, have that safety where if it senses that sensor itself went out, it's not working, it'll completely put your car in a limp mode to protect the motor until you either replace it or put a block off or just unplug the damn thing. So it's good to have that to protect the engine. I'm still going to unplug it because with this tune there's no point to buy a block off, because I'm just going to have Alex turn off the CL code that it might throw. So I'm not going to spend $100 when I can just unplug the thing, you know. So you guys are wondering, yes, you can unplug it. Just tell your tuner, that's it. And get the RR6 tune also. It'll also help a lot with that. Another thing we got is anti-lag. Now, stock turbos, like me and whoever else of you watching has stock turbos, don't use it. You'll destroy them pretty much, because first off, they're not big turbos, they don't have lag, hence anti-lag. If you're running, let's say, pure stage 2s or above, you could probably get away with using anti-lag for sure. On the Z1 turbos and AMS 1000 horsepower ones, you can use that all the time. Pure stage 2s probably too, because they do have bigger compressor wheels, so you get a little bit more lag. But stock turbos, you don't need to use it. Just brake boost and let the thing eat. Let's see, what else do we got? Because I'm on racerom website. You'll definitely have more maps, that's for sure, for all those things I mentioned. You'll have downshift auto blip. Let's see if it'll, no, it doesn't pop up. Let's see what else. So we are gonna have boost per gear, which is another thing I mentioned earlier. You guys gotta understand how important that is, having boost per gear, especially on a regardless if it's auto or manual. It'll maintain, if I'm correct, I'm not 100% sure, it'll maintain a certain amount of boost that the turbos push into every gear, and I think it'll work its way up to its max PSI by the time you hit a certain gear. I believe that's how it works. So it'll always keep you in the power band the entire time that you're racing, and that helps a lot. You know, if you want to be fast on a track, on a roll race, boost per gear is definitely going to help. You won't have any fall offs at high RPM in that gear, so that helps a lot too. Where the tuner can manage your boost limits per gear, which is another thing they have for this, is boost limit via racerom. Let's see. I think other than that, that's probably it. There's a bunch of other things too that you guys probably won't care too much about, but all in all, this new tune update can make your car a lot more fun to drive, a lot more customizable, and just a whole different car from racerom 5. So if you guys definitely want to buy this tune, if your tune by Racebox is $550, and you know, I don't know if your car will get faster per se, maybe. It'll because of the boost per gear, I think it will be faster, just because they can rearrange the whole tune to have basically access to things they didn't before. So if your car was killing on racerom 5, on racerom 6 it'll probably do a little bit better. So especially with that launch control, you'll be faster in a quarter mile, or if you just do digs. So that helps. And then rolling anti-lag, if you got big turbos, will make your car faster. Boost per gear, make your car faster. So technically this tune will make your car faster, if that's, which I know a lot of people will want to know. If I'm buying this tune, am I going to be faster? Technically yes. It'll be more safe too, and your car will have more customizable stuff. If you're a sucker for verbals or DSG shifts, kind of like I am, then you know you're gonna like that too. But overall, the car is going to be more safer to drive and race. So I mean, how could you not care? I'd rather pay $550, you know, instead of a $5,000 engine, because the oil pressure solenoid went out and I had no idea. So you know, it's worth it to me. Might be worth it to you guys as well. Also, the most recent mod I got in the car was the Civic by AMS, the all-wheel drive controller. I'll probably make a separate video on that though, but it helps a lot if you want to drag race. So yeah, so other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys liked it, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. What's up, YouTube? So this is kind of the ending of that video I recorded at work of the RR6 update. Long story short, we were data logging and we ran into the infamous fuel cuts. Now my fuel cuts were due to a different thing. It was due to two things. Number one, the major thing was the hydromat that was in the car. This is how it looks. Also discovered, if I can find it, there's, you might be able to see it, a hole, like right there. And this, mind you, used to be white, like my shirt white, and it is now yellow and black. So yeah, so there's like a spot on the back here too. Yeah, so anyways, that's my fuel filter. And also the top of my wall bro was not cut short enough. It was cut, like, it was still too long to fit in the pocket. I actually have my old fuel pump module here. You could see inside of there, a little hole. If you don't have it cut short enough, and I'll try to insert a picture of what it should look like, it'll basically bottom out and restrict fuel supply, which goes to the top hat here. And once that happens, you're pretty much gonna fuel cut and not know why, or not know what's going on. I also have another component coming in. It's a Pride Auto fuel pickup kit. So once that's in, I'm gonna do a whole video on how to install. It's pretty easy as long as you do it on a short, you know, like quarter tank, it'll be all right. And you know, so I replaced it. I put a new Walbro, the hydromat that they sell, and did a couple logs and pulls, and now it'll pull past all the way to 7,000 RPM and then shift. Before it would fuel cut around like 45 to 5,000 RPM at full throttle. So now that that's taken care of, we can resume data logging on the RR6 and get this car flying down the road. So hopefully y'all can like, comment, and subscribe, and see y'all in the next.